So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We have finished the MSQ and as a result it is time for side quests. What kind of side quests? Honestly, I don't even fully remember myself. I did get culinarian stuff done. There's a few things in the chocobo pouch. So I put very quest specific items in here so I didn't get rid of them on accident. So let's take these. And because my inventory was really full, I actually wound up discarding a ton of rocks because it turns out a lot of the Heavensward materials like that you mine are no longer relevant, which is a tad odd. I guess they got outdated for whatever their original purpose was. You can still mine them. Okay, I did finish this one. You can still get them. But they don't do anything, so just throw them away. Not even worth it to sell them. Okay, some sort of event. I did see there was like some sort of gambling event, but it might just be like increased drops or something. At the Gold Saucer, which I don't really visit all that often. I got too many other things I gotta do. Yeah, it's got the little cactus dude. So I made some culinarian delicacies, so let us pawn these off. So how's the Sawmill Tart and the Ishgardian Tea coming along? We have Ishgardian Tea and Sawmill Tart, both made by me. See if you can like sweets now. Ugh, this stuff looks sweet as sin. What happened to being gentle? Listen here. Brent appears to be one of Eorzea's finest culinarians. You ought to be honored they're cooking for you, sorry arse. What's more, you want things to work out with your man or not? Alright, I'll try it. Bugger me, that was good. The chestnut wasn't near as cloying as I expected, and the cream underneath was a pleasant surprise. 'Twas sweet, aye, but not too sweet, and there was something else in it besides. Richness? Depth? Bah, I don't know what hell's it's called. As for the tea, I quaffed it as quick as I drained my ale. Ain't much more to say than that. I don't fear sweets no more, and it's all thanks to the two of you. Things'll work out between me and my man, I'm sure of it. Just because he has a sweet tooth doesn't mean you necessarily need to have one too, though. You've done it! You've converted a skeptic. By holding back on the chestnut puree's sweetness, you helped her overcome her irrational fear and so introduced her to a whole new world of flavors. This does take me back. You'll have guessed from my colorful language, but I used to be a member of the Sanguine Sirens. Unfortunately, I was prone to seasickness, and it never got any better. As a result, I ended up grounded and waitressing for the missing member. At first I loathed the work. I hated that my dreams were taken from me, just because I couldn't keep the contents of my stomach where they belong. Me neither, sweetie. It was when I was wallowing in self-pity that I first tasted Hamashitia's cooking. It made me know that I was part of something special here. Back then, Hamashitia was a simple man with a simple passion. He wanted to be the pinnacle of his craft, and he worked tirelessly to reach it. But then he did, and it turned him into a stuck-up, self-loving sack of shite. Beg your pardons again. My old mannerisms tend to surface when I'm riled up. At any rate, thank you for your help today. Having now seen you in action, I look forward to Delmont d'Or with ever greater relish. Okay, do we get anything that's better? No, probably not. Just muns. We're not far enough along for better gear. Probably not until the very tail end. Okay, next quest. Looking for some hot stuff. Hot stuff, come get it. Bryn, you gotta hear this. This bastard Hamashitia is depressed. And ain't it just grand? Excuse? Wait, what? Captain Roswin bade him invent a new kind of soup, you see, and so he goes off and makes this fancy-arse chilled pottage. When it's ready, he serves it to her, smug as you please. But the instant she tastes it, her face goes dark and she says, "What the hell is this slop? Oh, it was bleeding glorious, I tell ya." Unfortunately, my pleasure was short-lived, for the captain then fixed her gaze on me. She ordered me to think up a piping hot soup, fairly barking as she did so, and until we make her something to her satisfaction, I fear she'll remain in a foul mood. Though she has her own place, Captain Roswin often dines at the Bismarck in secret. I dare say Master Lingsath has a good grasp on her preferences. Could you please find out from him the soup she is certain to like, then prepare it for her?
Maybe it just has one particular ingredient she herself can't stomach. Kind of like some people with cilantro. It's not that cilantro itself is bad, it's just that some people make it, have a gene that makes it so they can't tolerate cilantro. There was another one that I discovered recently. What was it? Something that I don't find spicy, but they do. Oh, what was it? Was it cabbage? Something the majority of people don't find spicy, but occasionally some people have a gene that makes it spicy. I don't think it was cabbage. It was something really bland and normal, but I can't remember what it was. Well, hello there, Bren. Your contest preparations are coming along well, so I hear. Seeing ya has taken me back, it does. In my younger days, I participated in nigh every edition of the Delmont d'Or. Why not enter again? Truth be told, I was sorely tempted, but my competing these days is far behind me. Besides, I don't like my chances with you around. Any road, was there something you need? Captain Roswin's hankering for a piping of hot soup, huh? Hardly surprising of late. The woman's been obsessed with this Guardian cuisine. And that's all I can tell you. Sorry for being sparse with the details, but if you want to know more, you have to ask the good captain herself. I mean, it doesn't seem like that big of an ask to be like, what are your soup preferences? Do you like vegetable soup, creamy soup, stews? Actually, where has it gone? Back down here. Wait, no, that's up. This restaurant's so far away from the actual Culinarian Guild. You have anything new? Nope. Captain Roswin's led the Sanguine Sirens to the top of the food chain here in Limsa. You want to join the meanest crew of the sea? Then you best bloody your cutlass and thicken your hide. Me obsessed with Ishgardian cuisine? Huh, never heard something more ridiculous. I wouldn't be caught dead sharing an interest with Calvalrain, much less study up on Ishgardian soups for the puffy-shirted fop. You know, just because you don't vibe with the culture doesn't mean you can't like their food, and vice versa. Don't bugger me. Alright, I'll tell you everything. I'm trying to set a trap for Calvalrain. The plan is to lure the bastard over with his favorite dish and play him with drink, and when he lowers his guard, I do for him? When he does lower his guard, I do for him. You so much as breathe a word of this to anyone, I cut your blabbering tongue out and have it served in stew. Seeing as you're now in on the plan, I might as well make use of ya. I want you to go to Calvalrain and ask for the best Ishgardian chef around. Once you've got a name, find a fellow and have him teach you how to make a traditional Ishgardian soup. Acting at Melcoco's behest, you say? Ah, well, this'll do for me, and I'll consider your task fulfilled. Now, you'll find Captain Calvalrain at the 7th stage. He's a big old bag of coin to help loosen his tongue. Oh my gosh, all this for one soup order. Now I really do need to go to the Marauders. Or actually, I probably could have walked. No, it's hard to tell. It's probably equidistance, I'd bet. He's up top. Most folk think of Linza as a city of pirates, but the new era has ushered in a new breed of buccaneer. Are you interested in hearing more? I'm good. Yeah, you're the guy who helped me out before. You wish to know the name of the best Discardian chef in the land? I struggle to comprehend why you would ask me this of all questions. Heavy coin purse. I kind of feel bad stabbing this man in the back, considering I think he helped me before. In a previous quest. I find my interest in your motive suddenly waning. It seems unlikely that this knowledge can be used to make mischief, so very well. Your food preferences? They can be used to make a lot of mischief. As a well-traveled adventurer, you will doubtless be familiar with House Duriander of Ishgard. Its head chef is said to be the foremost authority in the cuisine of his native land. In seeking him out, aside from the obvious signs such as garb, look for a golden bell upon his breast. It's the sigil of the house he serves. You wish to know his name? But where would the fun of that be? Now, as an accomplished culinarian, he will most certainly have a taste for fine wines. When you meet the man, make him a gift of this bottle of Lomani Red. Say that it comes from an admirer from across the seas. Okay. That's probably all the way, back in Ishgard. Every quest now has to have us travel back to Ishgard. Is it here? Is there like... Oh, maybe he's like up top. At first I thought there was a door. Indeed, I'm the head chef of House Duriander. What's your request of me? By the Fury, seldom do we enjoy such vintages as this. I was not aware that I had admirers, let alone that they were so widespread to be found in Limsa Lominsa. You wish to learn a recipe from traditional Ishgardian soup? You'll find none more ubiquitous than beet soup. It graces the tables of all Ishgardians, warming the hearts and stomachs of lowborn and highborn alike. The ingredients, chief among them, is the magma beet, are sliced and sautéed, after which both the broth is added along with the seasoning. The concoction is then allowed to simmer until everything is stewed together and the broth takes on a rich crimson hue. Now, there are many variations of the soup. There are people who make it, but then the one nearest to my heart, that is, which my dear mother used to make. I was sickly as a child, you see, and she would add copious amounts of vegetables in the hopes that I would grow strong. Through her cooking, I felt her love, and everything tasted all the better for it. It's like a ratatouille soup. Call me a sentimental fool, but it's my belief that love is an essential ingredient in every dish. A final note, for those Ishgardians of means, beet soup is typically served alongside a Kaiser roll and grilled sweet fish. I hope this information serves you well. My thanks again for the wine. I need to make a whole bunch of stuff. Alright. So, I will do that in my own time in the future, I suppose. Since that looks like a ton of stuff, a ton of ingredients, and I know for a fact I don't have no beets. So, let us head back down. It's a retainer. What all is my stuff filled with? Wait, Ishgardi? Oh, she only took one tea. I get to drink the rest. Okay. Let us sell the money. I could put the maps in the saddlebag. Just for the time being. That'll offer up a bit more room. Because eventually I want to treasure hunt with them, seeing as there's a rare pet that you can get, apparently. According to the guides. Sell stuff. This one sells for like a lot, but it's probably just, yeah, it's just overblown pricing. Okay, apparently I get to eat the rest of these tarts and stuff. So let's take the ink out of the saddlebag. Synthesize enchanted mithril ink. 3 out of 3 it needed. So these ones I actually do need, apparently. We'll tweak. I know I asked for enchanted myth writing, but I've since been informed it's a tricky recipe. Are you up to the task? All done. Also, as you can see, made by me. I see why Severine thinks so highly of you. We'll be able to lure criminals out into the open with this ink and a little luck. Now, Shanae and I have chosen St. Cognach's find. It'll be damn difficult to miss our suspect there. Come with me. It's safer to have an alchemist on hand than not. Okie dokie then. Behold our culprit, captured not 5 minutes past with the false map on his person.
But it's strange, he's not said a living word. Not even in his own defense. Come on, lad, speak up, can't you hear me?
Oh, he's from the other continent. Just our luck, he's in a stupor, struck dumb by something, or silenced somehow.
Wait, are you suggesting we got it wrong? That this boy is in fact a victim, robbed of his mind by a spell or potion or something?
I wonder if I need to make echo herbs or something. That's my suspicion, yes, though it's purely conjecture without his identity. Just by looking at him, I say he's from the Near East.
As in the birthplace of alchemy. That can't be a coincidence. Now, hello, who's that fellow?
Hey, you, excuse me.
How rude.
Judging by his garb, he was Near Eastern as well, but why ignore us? Yet another mystery, but at least we got a lead. This lad is at the center of this, be he culprit or victim. The Adventurers Guild can keep him in protective custody. Whatever put him in this state is dangerous, and those who wield this power doubly so. I have little doubt we have need of your expertise again soon, friend.
More money.
Okay, where is Alchemy Part 2? From Hells? Guess it's back at Revenant's Toll. Behind the wall. Bren, I've got 2 pieces of news for you. First, the Near Eastern youth has yet to recover. In his current state, interrogating him is out of the question. He could be one of the criminals, or he could be one of the number of the abducted. We have no idea, though none of our abducted people match his description. In any case, we believe criminals forced some potion down his throat to erase his memories. This man is now a blank slate. Secondly, one of the artifacts stolen from St. Cognach's find has resurfaced at Rowena's shop. Of all places. Sinead has already gone to investigate. Would you join her? Thank you. Fencing goods at a local shop has not been our suspect's modus operandi thus far. It seems awfully careless, to be quite frank. Yeah, eventually there's supposed to be, like, legendary weapons and stuff in here, too. But I don't know where to start. That's why I'm hanging on to things like so many materials.
You got caught up? Good. The item in question is Allegan, though I can't say I've gotten to examine the evidence properly yet. Ahem. Of course, I'll help you with your investigation. I've got a duty too, seeing as it was me who was sold stolen goods. But the fact remains that it'll cost me dear, and I'm not in the practice of losing money. Ain't asking for gil, mind, but what do you say to a little quid pro quo? Oh, don't give me that. I just want intelligence to solvent. Even 3 bottles of your finest won't take long. If what I've heard of you is true, that's my price. Take it or leave it. Okay. Grade 1 intelligence dissolvent. So you want some of the potion for yourself. I make more of it, maybe to find out how to mess with it. Okay. Guessing it'd be in here. It looks purple. Dexterity dissolvent, intelligence dissolvent. I need a Mog Palm, 3 deep eye tears. Those are for monsters. Volcanic rock salt. Alright. As for culinarian, I need a grilled sweet fish, which I need rock salt for. I don't know why it needs to be volcanic, and a sweet fish, so I'll probably have to fish for that eventually. Here's beet soup, 2 magma beets, 2 logaton chumps, 2 pearl sprouts. I wonder if those are Brussels sprouts. 2 mist dill, 1 sour cream, and 1 Alabathian rock salt. And I also need a Kaiser roll, there we go. 2 sesame seeds, I have a bunch because I use them on leveling. 3 Highland flour, and 1 yak milk. Wait, I can make these. I can make the Kaiser roll right now. As soon as I change my class. Okay, Highland flour. Let's give it a shot. Of course, it has to be of good quality. So I gotta be careful not to accidentally run out of points. Okay, 76. 380. Minus 76 is 304, so I need to do at least 1 more of these. Cross your fingers, yeah. Get some points back. Alright. This is the part where it comes a little bit down to luck. Come on. Pan-sear that bread. 1 more shot. Yeah! There we go. 3 Kaiser rolls. The rest I'll have to hunt for the ingredients, but I'm gonna put my Kaiser rolls in my other bag so I don't accidentally mess it up. Okay. Anything else in this place? A lot of stuff, but none of it I see as open and available. Some more stuff is probably going to be in different areas. So now I don't know where I want to begin for questing. Is there anything in my journal that's for fishing? I could attempt to sign up for things that are getting serious. Whatever that may entail.
Oh wait, I probably have to go to the quest itself. Back to Limsa. I feel like some of my sound quests are missing. Okay, now they work. As the whole place probably stares at me. But where is this quest of mine? In the airship landing, that's why I don't see it. Captain Nightmare, we're honored to have you with us. The situation is developing even as we speak, but I'll do my best to explain what we know. According to Master Mimidoa, he and his fellow smiths barely escaped with their lives when the kobolds began skittering bombs around the lighthouse's foundations. He believes the beastmen intend to blow Pharaoh Sirius to pieces, thus disrupting our most vital supply route to and from western Lenosha. Needless to say, they cannot be permitted to succeed. We must act swiftly before wrecks begin to pile up around the airport. That's where you come in. The kobolds have sealed off the ground entrance, so we propose to take you to the top of the tower by airship. Once there, you'll proceed inside and see to the bombs, along with any kobolds you encounter. The maelstrom will bring up the rear and secure the area. Before we proceed, I must stress the need for caution. Master Mimidoa suspects that the kobolds are bent upon destroying Pharaoh Sirius. They'll have more than a handful of flaming voidsent at their disposal. One inopportune explosion could set the restoration back by moons, if not years. You know as well as I do how volatile bombs can be. If we are to save the beacon, we had best leave soon. Pharaoh Sirius Hard is now accessible. Okay. I doubt I can go in just by myself. The dungeon entrance is really here, huh? Alright. I'll queue in for that. Have that going in the background. Now, what? We're just gonna do our best to try any loose ends. What is this? Storming the hull. I don't know what that one is. Side questing is going to be a bit of a mess. See below? Yeah. Storming the hull. Destin looks surprised to see you. Well, look who's back in Limsa Lominsa. Me and the chief were talking about you at the wench, you know. Come to think of it, wait here. I'll go and get him. He's been resting today, but he wanted to speak to you. Something about a hull breaker. Maybe it's Hullbreaker Islehard? Glad to see you're back. Every time I hear your name, I'm reminded of how you helped me savage that coffer from Hullbreaker Isle. You did me a great favor. Though the rumors of Miss Beard's treasure soon died down, I couldn't abide the thought of having the horror picked apart by vultures. So I petitioned the Admiral to sanction the establishment of a camp on the island for the purpose of hosting training exercises. I reasoned that the place was remote enough to give our recruits a proper taste in combat. But truth be told, with all the administrative duties we asked of them these days, I'm more worried about our finest going soft. Sparring with your comrades might keep your rust from your blade, but it won't stop it from going dull. That being the case, I thought I might ask you for help with a little sharpening exercise. Remind them what it feels like to be in a real fight. The chief was hoping you'd run into the Maelstrom's training gauntlet and give our elites a good going over. Nothing too rough, like just a few missing teeth and the odd cracked rib, savvy? Assuming you're willing to come and find me at the Morby Dry Docks when you're ready, I'll arrange the passerby for the hull breaker and for your mates. Okay, now we got more to one. Which might be all the better? Hang on. Oh, I have to speak with them at the Dry Docks. I withdrew for nothing. Hear me out. I might level my classes at the same time, then I don't have to worry about them going off as much. Okay. Let us properly distribute the experience. Ever since we took control of that rock, it's been my job to keep an eye on the skies of the Cedales. With the misty main at the dock sea pole sweeps in, there ain't no point weighing anchor as you can't see an ilm in front of your face. Long story short, I have to stay here and watch the weather, but I'll be listening out for word of how you got on. Thanks for agreeing to do this, by the way. Having a fabled hero like yourself go through the same regimen as the infantrymen will do wonders for morale. Any road, the weather seems to be behaving just now, so let me know when your crew's ready to be ferried over. We'll be getting everything in place in the meantime. Give them Stormy Elites a bloody nose for me, eh? Hullbreaker Islehard. Now accessible. Yeah, I gotta do it with a party of other players. So we'll queue this one up too. To just be going in the background. What else we got out here? Anything? I bet there's a bunch of stuff in Lake Kurthus that I still need to do. Or let me check something. The anima weapons. The level 60 weapons for animated weapon quests. Prerequisite. You must complete the main scenario Heavensward, reach level 60 for your chosen job. Done. Starting NPC is Rowena in Idleshire. So let's get started on that. And an unexpected proposal. Okay, I want to say she's in one of these buildings. Not that one. That one clearly has stuff on the door. Sabina, Yasmina, Pretenda, Rowena. Didn't I just see you? Are you like Catherine's? Are you everywhere? Good evening to you, Bren. Something on your mind? I've been called back to Revenant's Toll to take care of new shipment of wares, but a few matters of money that require my attention. Hold that thought. Seems I have visitors. Some more welcome than others. Pardon the intrusion, Mistress Rowena. I realize I was only here a few days ago, but I really must speak with you about... Good, you're still here. We need to talk about that promissory note. Now, I know what you're thinking. That stinking sack of goo-boo shite ain't got me any goddamn money. Well, you're wrong. I saved it up, every last skill. The thing is, my mates took me out for a drink to celebrate, and now I have more alcohol than blood. Excuse me, sir, but when people are talking, it's generally considered rude to interrupt. I know not what manner of business you have with Rowena, but I'm quite certain it can wait. As I was saying, Mistress Rowena, have you perchance been able to arrange a meeting with your associates? There is much I would have to ask them about their work in the Arcane Sentries. Hold on a bleeding minute, you're telling me to wait? Didn't no one ever teach you to shut your gob when grown-ups are talking? My life, and more importantly, my note at the tavern is at stake here. Now be a good lad and bugger off till Uncle Geralt had to say. Geralt, mind your own advice for once and keep quiet. I'll deal with you soon enough. Regarding your question, Ardashir, the answer's no. The client I had in mind is a bit of a recluse, and stubborn as all hells in her old age. She wouldn't hear of any meeting, and I ain't got time to press her on the moment. So, too much to do on my behalf. We talking about, oh shoot. The witch. I can't think of her name. Matoya. It sounds like you've got enough on your plate without having to worry yourself over an old man's owens. I tell you what, let's forget about it for... I don't know what hole you have drunken yourself into, sir, and quite frankly, I do not care. I have important business to discuss with Mistress Rowena, and I demand you leave us be this instant. Ah, the bloody youth of today jumped off self-serving little shites like Deladia. Fine. Tell us then, your highness, what's this business of yours that's more important than a man's life, huh? Well, out with it.
Very well. I have only to explain myself to Rowena. Together with my master, I've been conducting research into the manipulation of spiritual and etheric energies in what you call the Near East. Our work has shown that the soul is in fact an agglomeration of a specific type of force. This force defines the quality of man and makes us who we are.
So you've actually been able to quantify the soul, which means you can actually have an argument on the topic.
While the soul is indeed immanable, we'll believe it possible to create a quasi-soul. Thus we turned our attention to anima, the self-same force which allows individuals to traverse the life stream via aetherites. By infusing a soul stone with the requisite quantities of aether, this force may be harnessed. Yet after years of research and experimentation, we have naught to show for it, but the inert husks of stone. We repeated the process again and again, adjusting every element, but the result was always the same. At length, my master declared the project a failure, and turned his thoughts to other matters. But I could not give up, not after witnessing the beauty of anima, not after coming so close, and that is why I've journeyed to hither in Eorzea. I'm certain that with the Charlayan's knowledge of arcane centuries, I can complete my project. I'm also certain that the reluctant souls who will be worth more to mankind than the ale-soaked dish clout that passes yours.
Finished, have we? Well, then allow me to retort. Seems to me you're a cockerdoodle brat who speaks his lot without saying aught. You talk like a man a learnin' with... 'Tis plain that you're just a boy who's never had a thought of his own, and couldn't even if he tried. Not that you ever would, of course. And why? 'Cause the youth of today can't be bothered to do an ounce of honest work for themselves. No sense of duty. Things get rough and you run for help, leaving a trail of piss in your wake. Sir, after your drinking binge, you don't get to speak anything about responsibility or trails of piss. Do you reckon them scholarly folks from Charlayan asked for the answer when they got stuck? Not bloody likely, 'cause they use their bloody brains. And that's not true. We work together to solve these types of problems. It's not just one scholar in the whole school. It ain't even that hard. If I saw the soul that's burning out too quick, I'd think about sealing him inside something strong, like a weapon maybe, to keep all that life from escaping. It'd cost him a bit of freedom, but I'd keep him around for a damn sight longer than you managed. So we're gonna make the Soul Eater weapons? What's more, if the bloody things really are alive, like you say, you'd end up with a weapon what could think for itself, and which could be bloody lethal in the right hands. Yeah, to its wielder. What do you say to that, you preen little shite?
An anima weapon! But that's absolute genius. I mean, not only to preserve created anima, but to employ it.
And so we give no consideration to the soul inside?
Anima weapons, eh? Ah, that'd sell.
Is there any ethical creation under capitalism? Oh dear. Also, hi DJT. We're getting started on those legendary weapons.
Quite an interesting proposition, Geralt. One that could be quite lucrative. Why not help poor Adashir here with his work and see what you can make of it?
Help that spineless streak of piss? You're joking, ain't ya? Why, in the seven hells would I play nursemaid to a watery-eyed brat like him? I was just spouting shite. I didn't really mean none of it. Yes, the grind begins again.
Is that right? Pity. Sounded like something we could have made a good bit of coin out of. Enough to make me forget your debts, like it has not. Your debts that I won't be forgetting otherwise. Changed your mind? Good. Listen, Adashir, he may be a drunken bloody fool, damn it, but he's also the finest blacksmith in all the realm. If anyone can forge a weapon capable of holding your souls, it's him. And our adventuring friend here, my dear sweet Bren, is all well too known a hero around these parts. I'm sure they'd love nothing more than to try out your new weapon when it's finished. Ain't that right? Just think of it. You'd be the first in all of Eorzea to wield one of these anima weapons, which ain't a bad name now that I think of it. Anima weapon. Yes, that'll do.
I get to carry around another soul with me.
Now don't be so hasty. This here's fate. What else could have brought the three of you to me in the self-same time, eh? Don't go telling me you thought of a weapon that learns and adapts to combat don't interest you, because we both know it does.
Geralt, was it? pray forgive my rudeness earlier. If you truly are the smith they claim, would you be honored to have your assistance? And you, Bren, I gather you're the perfect candidate to test the weapon once it's complete. I think Heavensward had me do a bit too much weapon testing. Catastrophe 2.0. 9.0. Well, if this'll get me square with Rowena, then I suppose my hammer's yours. But don't think I'm getting roped into this alone. I have to forge it. You have to wield it. Thank you, both of you. I promise you'll not forget this. Nice to see you getting on. Now you're gonna need a place to work, and I know just the spot. Azizla, the seat of the elegant science, floating high over Alabathia's spine. Not that the equipment up there will be any of use to you, mind. Only the 12 know how that stuff works. Still, it'll keep prying eyes away till the weapon's ready. I'll arrange for an airship to take you within the day. The fabled Azizla. I look forward to seeing you there. I guess civilians have access now. The gate must be down. Do I have an idea of which one I want? I was probably going to go for the axe again. Today's already proven to be more productive than I thought. Jewel's out of my hair, and soon I'll have new merchandise for the House of Splendors. Assuming this ridiculous plan of his works, I'm counting on you. Seeing as I'm assuming you can always come back for the rest. Seeing as, too, I tend to technically main warrior. Let's see, these are the final forms, huh? I can't hardly tell what they are, they're so glowy. I think Summoner has wings. It looks like it has Bahamut wings. Oh, there we go, I can zoom in, that helps. The sword just kind of looks like it's on fire. So does the axe. Some of the ones before the final form of this axe look cooler, though. Purple red sword for Dark Knight. I kind of like the white mages. The sage has a little bit of a feathery quality to it. Check the previous form for less glow. Yeah. They're glowing pretty much a lot, though, in what I'm looking at. I am currently looking at this. In case anybody is curious. Heavensward relic comparison. I think these are the right ones. Yeah, they start out bland. Just making sure. Ninja has some runes on it. Dragoon is a pike, a very glowy pike. Allagan shield monk hitters. Black mage is so glowy I can't tell. Summoner has Bahamut. It's a bow with a butt. And I can't kind of tell with the gun. You know, I said I would go for the axe, and it does look cool, but also the white mage one looks really, really cool too. So much so if I had to do it twice, I might go for the white mages. Just because I can't tell with scholars, like, if that glow is permanent or not. Whereas the white mage one, I'm pretty sure it is. Ugh. I know I'm going warrior for stats, but also... I really, really, really like the white mage one. In its final form. It's just a glowing fairy. I'm torn, chat. I'm torn. My soul is rendered in twine. Which do I pick? White Mage isn't even my favorite healing class. I just really like the look of the staff. And then Astrologan just has orb. Super duper fairy orb. You would likely get a better axe anyway, so go for the one you think looks better. Yeah, you're right. You're right, because my last axe was really cool. Okay. As is law. Away we go. Let's start this in the right aspect. Came all this way and we can't even use the goddamn equipment. Do you know how heavy this anvil is? Too bloody heavy. Shouldn't have given it to his lordship to carry. That would have been a good laugh. You're gonna laugh when he drops it. Good luck getting it back. It's gonna shatter to pieces. I don't care how strong it is. Then it's gonna make a 6-foot down Looney Tune hole. The fabled Azizla. I heard stories, but who'd believe such a technological marvel could exist? And floating in the sky at that. If only my master could see me now. Ah, but that's not the time for gawping. Come, let us begin our work on the anima weapon. Anima weapons. A new saga begins. A soul without life. Please note that upon completion of the Soul Without Life, you'll receive an anima weapon for a white mage. Yep. Take it on. Except, I take it that you're ready to proceed. Excellent. Geralt has already begun work on the weapon that'll serve to contain the anima. The good difficulty lies in sustaining the thing long enough for the transfer to take place. But with the appropriate stabilizing materials, I believe it should be possible, provided we act quickly. I've brought several soul stones with me, so you shouldn't need to worry about that. I'll see that the one is fitted for your weapon. The only needful thing I do not currently possess are crystals capable of handling the quantities of aether required for our work. To be specific, we'll need astral and umbral nodules. Would that we were working at Razatan. I know of a merchant who sold them. Costly they were, though. I was never wanting for supplies. Mayhaps Mistress Rowena will know of someone willing to trade. Might you be willing to speak with her on our behalf? No doubt whoever she refers you to will not part with them readily, but I trust you'll be able to come to some manner of arrangement. In the meantime, Geralt and I will finish preparations for the anima weapon. Safe travels, friend. Is that what he's doing, or is he making more kettles to pay off his debts? Some quests will be marked with a blue cross icon. This indicates that you must play the quest using the same class or job with which you accepted it. Yeah, that's true for other ones, too. And that changing classes or jobs at any time will prevent quest progress? Wait, do you mean like in the middle, too? Changing classes or jobs at any time will prevent quest progress. What do you mean at any time? You mean while doing the quest? Or before? Didn't you give me a new thing? No, I don't think you did yet. Okay. 2 Revenant's Toll. Who knows, you might like White Mage at 60 to 70 better than 50-60. I might. That was true with a few other classes as well. Like Black Mage. I like it better. With a few quality of life enhancements that were added in Heavensward. That, to the point that every time I have to swap myself back down, it gets on my nerves just a little bit. For my old rotations, I have to transfer the rotations, and I have to do a spell that doesn't make sense for me to cast to get the 2 fireballs, and then I can cast fire, and then it's just... yeah, it's a bit more streamlined in Heavensward. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure, how's that anima weapon coming along? Astral and umbral nodules. Might be as, Sidonia will have what you're after. She's a jeweler by trade, but her work with crystals is something to behold, let me tell you. They say she can strip them of elements,
charge him with new ones, and even make him out of thin air, if you can believe such a thing. Can't vouch for the rumors myself, but her prophets say plenty. She can be a bit of a picky about clients, but if you are being the warrior of light and all, I'm sure you can... Your sparkling reputation will catch your eye like the crystals she's so fond of. If you go upstairs, you'll find her out on the terrace. Yes, stairs. 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 That's not it. For Pete's sakes. If she's out on a terrace, I can probably just fly up, but still. My brain didn't kick in that far until it was too late. Ah, the Warrior of Light. What a pleasant surprise. No need to be alarmed, my dear. It's my business to know all of Eorzea's treasures, be they material or mortal. But tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure? Astral and umbral nodules. My, I see you're someone of unusual tastes. Might I ask what you plan to do with such curious crystals? Atrocities? Refusing a soul to a weapon. An essence akin to the soul. I suppose such peculiar work would call for crystals as equally peculiar. Well, you were wise to seek me out. I've dedicated my life to the study of crystals, and I cannot bear the thought of knowing there are crystals I could not procure. Mind you, these are no mere baubles or trinkets that you ask of me. Crystals of such purity are not easily come by, but also be so rich in astral and umbral aspected energies. Still, with the proper materials, I believe it can be done. It'll be a great deal of aether, obviously, and of a specific persuasion. I'm informed that when a man falls in battle, a residual energy hangs in the aether long after his spirit has returned to the life stream. This energy can infuse crystals in the vicinity with a purity not often seen in nature, a purity essential for what you desire. I can use these crystals, luminous crystals I call them, to imbue empty ones with the astral and umbral energies necessary to create what you seek, but I'll require one crystal of every element. They will not be easy to come by, of that I can assure you. You will likely have to scour every ilm of Eorzea to find them. It's gonna be like in the Night in the Woods, a little mini story. Longest Night, where you play as the different character and build snowman. And they just, every time wake up, they're like, what am I? Why am I alive? However, there may be one other way to acquire the aether we need. It requires something of the rare sort, something much more precious than luminous crystals. As mentioned before, it's my business to know all of Eorzea's treasures, and if the rumors are true, there exist certain weapons of legend said to have supped on the souls of countless enemies. Well, I have my old weapon, yeah. In fact, a certain great hero who wields one of these weapons is supposedly working with a young researcher somewhere beyond the Sea of Clouds. Though this is only what I've heard. I will not hold you to ransom on the strength of mere heresy. Even so, the rumors of the weapons are not so easily dismissed. Embodiments of war, veritable reservoirs of soul energy. If you were in possession of such a weapon, creating these astral and umbral nodules would be child's play. Or you could simply collect the requisite luminous crystals. I will assist you all the same. I leave the choice in your famously capable hands. So if I already had the previous weapon, it makes it easier? Players who possess the Zodiac Weapon Zeta may exchange it for both the astral and umbral nodules. Thunk. Excalibur Zeta must be exchanged together with the Aegis Shield. Please note, however, that the Zodiac Weapon Zeta will be lost upon completing the exchange. Alternatively, players may acquire the astral and umbral nodules in exchange for elementally aspected luminous crystals. These crystals may be obtained, albeit at a low probability, by participating in fates in certain areas. Luminous wind crystals may be obtained from fates in the Sea of Clouds. Fire crystals may be obtained by fates in Az's Law. Luminous light crystals may be obtained from fates in the Turning Mists. Oh, and I'm doing this as White Mage? Bren! Yeah, okay, the weapon's very pretty. You just made it so hard for yourself. You can take on the bosses in warrior form. I forgot about that aspect. Obtained from fates in Western Highland. Water crystals may be obtained by the fates in the Dravanian hinterlands. Players will receive the astral nodule in exchange for a luminous wind, fire, and lightning crystal. Players will receive the umbral nodule in exchange for a
Luminous Ice, Earth, and Water Crystal. Because I just made it harder because I don't know if I can do bosses by myself as a white mage. Luminous crystals may be obtained, albeit at a low probability, participating in fates in the aforementioned regions with the Disciple of War magic, or regardless of level. Information can be viewed in your journal by speaking with Sidonie at any time. Why? Okay. That was a whole lot. Let's look at this. There we go. Sea of Clouds is apparently up first. Sea of Clouds. The great grind begins. I might do one just to show it off, and then I might do the rest in the background in my own time to obtain these, because mistakes may have been made. You don't think the drops are class locked? I don't know. It said that if I changed my class at any time, it would mess it up, though. This. Should you be unwilling or unable to offer a suitable zodiac weapon, luminous fate crystals can be obtained. Summary. You may not proceed with a class or job that is different. It said that if I changed it at any time, I guess I can go through cutscenes again. Let me just check something. Okay, good. It didn't completely kick me down the road. Let's re-queue that. Are there any fates? Yes, but they're up top. Dang. One pops in the moment. The exact moment. Okay, we can farm some fates while I wait on these new dungeons. These areas are so big. I haven't done any fates in a while, actually. So it's very similar to what I did for the first weapon with the Zodiac crystals. Okay. 2 bird and a rodent-like creature with 1 stone. Basically, everything be fighting. Why are you not letting... Oh, I gotta sink. Like, why is it not letting me kill stuff? Are you running away? Oh, you don't take nearly as much damage as I thought you would. Mistakes have been made twice. Okay, okay. Unsync. Unsync. Okay, fine, 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 fine. Get my HP back and try again. Distract them while they fight each other. Dang it. I've pissed off the water elemental. These ones are just killing ones. Here they come. They waddling. new ability yet. There, get that water elemental out of here. Accidental hard mode for weaponry. I feel like, too, the amount of grind that this takes isn't worth losing a weapon you think is really cool. I guess if it was only for stats, you could shave off some amount of time. Yeah, giving up the Zeta weapon seems like way too big an ask, in my opinion. To be able to skip, like, maybe just a couple steps, like this bit of grinding. Oh, I don't even have my uppercut yet. Did you just block my damn fell cleave? Why are these so chunky? Do count, right? Yeah, they do. There we go. Fate complete. I didn't, I got knocked out, along with this dude who apparently sleeps with his eyes open, but... you went Reddit digging, and you don't need to do it as White Mage. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, doing that as White Mage... Ouch. Fine, I'll just take my dang tank fears and... If the dungeon pops mid-tanking, I'll go. It's like, what's this one? Big boy. Can I kill it in 7 minutes? Answer is technically no. Is Pharaoh serious? They've put up caution signs and everything. Okay. That's different. Corruption is taking on a mind of its own. Do I need to do anything with this? I feel like in Heavensward I do so much less damage compared to a Realm Reborn as warrior. We're shaking. There it goes. Okay, sorry for. Ooh. Ow! I didn't know I could fall. This way. Find the... Oh. The gap! Okay. This luminary looks very much like the near soul soldiers. You look super duper familiar. Spiders. Egg spiders. What is that to do? They're tethered. Okay, swapped it over to that one somehow. Why are they... So many enemies in here feel like they're just watching us. Okay. Turned into things. What is the corruption? Okay, there's a mechanic to that, and I don't know what it is. I did mention it was my first time in here, though, so... Someone else say it was their first time in here? Sorry, I forgot where you put Swift Cast. I see. But you found it. Once he was down, he just sort of stayed down. To my defense, I should have probably put on whole Mang, but I forgot about it. Come on. There he goes. If you want me to tank him, you gotta bring him close. Oh gosh. Bring around the Rosie. And dead. Did I figure out the mechanics? Nope. Bombs. Time bombs. A construct. Oh, they're itty bitties! I see. Little dudes. And big kobolds? What even are these? Be. Starting to get curious if they just send up more and more bombs. Like if they just keep floating up forever. There we go. That's right, they do keep spawning. Bombs from the bomb oven. We're paying attention to the boss's health bar, so if there was a stacking buff to the tethers. I just didn't know how the tethers worked entirely yet. That's why I originally attempted to come in as Black Mage, to try and figure out mechanics before I was front and center, leading the charge. Locked. key? There we go. Figured somebody else was picking it up. Patriarch. Begu. Bagel? That I know means run away. Goo. Corrupted goo. Oh gosh, I am stunned. Hitting it hurts? No, hitting him hurts. Maybe I gotta go after these first. Oh no! We have bad internet. Our ninja, he has lag. Most fearsome boss of all. And there he goes. More of these. Oh, there's more than one. They're stacked. Like, I killed it. Why is it still here? There. Bioshock dude with a pickaxe on his head. Ooh. Hey, you're back. A good habit is, if there's a tether to a boss, check the buffs. Man, the kobolds really did burrow underneath. Did you burrow under the sea? Or did you find a boat? Okay, the bomb thing obviously is not gonna follow us, so let's just take it out. End of Gathering for White Mage drives me too crazy. I could always do like I did with the Paladin weapon and go back to the axe. Just for my own sanity. And then come back to it when it's a little easier. Actually, it wouldn't be because you have to level sync to the fates. See a bomb coffer. See a lot of bomb coffers. Attention span? It seems like they're doing good for the wall, though. Like, do we want to take out the bomb coffers? Yeah, apparently we do. What about him? There. Do I have everybody's attention in the room? I'm on the wrong grid. I must have misclicked. Okay. If I take too long and the bombs blow up the wall, I wonder if there's like treasure or something. I don't see the purpose of them being obsessed with the wall. Oh, it's a big bomb. I forget which sprite Final Fantasy you're from. 5, 6, 4 maybe. Progenitrix. Mom mad. The mom bomb. Do we even take out the little ones? I was gonna say that was way too fast. Oof. Didn't know it was coming behind me. She was been born with blue fire. I'd be worried about that. See the bombs around the arena. I'm assuming that's for DPS to take care of. I'm assuming she's probably like that one void scent, where it eats the other ones around the room. If they don't have low enough HP. You die. Anyway, duty complete. Mom bomb defeated. Also, hey there, Snoopy Pants. We're just doing side questing today, so it might be all over the place mentally. GG. Pants don't look like anything I'm too interested in. Healer kept me alive. Unless we're out. Captain Nightmare, you've returned. You had us worried a moment there. We had an awful rumbling coming from deep underground and feared the worst. My men have concluded a preliminary sweep of the lighthouse and dismantled the remains of the bomb incubators. It would seem the beastmen have abandoned the tunnels directly beneath the tower. We've sent scouts to pursue them, but the passages stretched farther than expected. I'll say. Pardon the interruption. While we were securing the interior, we found this old seafarer's knife lying on the floor, and one of the lads noticed that it had the sigil of Diamanda and Naldik and Vermelis carved on the handle. I see. Well, if anyone can tell us who this knife belongs to, I suppose it'd be the smith who crafted it. And I cannot seek her out until the tunnels have been secured. I have another task of you, Captain Nightmare. Would you mind delivering the knife to Lieutenant Trashrit in Alport on my behalf? He's due to meet with the artisans of Naldik and Vermeli shortly. I expect he'll be waiting at the docks. Do not concern yourself about the tunnels. We'll find out where they lead, however far they go. On behalf of the Maelstrom, I thank you for your aid in reclaiming the lighthouse. Fortune go with you, till sea swallows all. Assuming meeting with the smiths. Pray make for Alport. One moment. I want to see what I have for staff. Do I have it? Dost thou even have a staff? Dark Knight, Marauder, Warrior. Where'd it be? Monk, Dragoon. These are all Marauder weapons. Did I even get it? You said so long as I had the thing equipped. But I'm not so sure. Did they get me the prototype of the staff yet? Journal. Where is Soul Without Life? No, I don't. They don't give you the one yet. Do you mean the drops only happen if I have my other legendary weapon equipped? What is this? The Ragnarok Zeta? Yeah, I haven't got the relic weapon yet. I was gonna say, because you said I could get the drops so long as I had a weapon equipped, but I wasn't sure if I need to have this equipped in order to get the other drops. Alright, across the sea. What ails thee at the port? Talk about the future. Oh, okay. Captain Nightmare, I just heard the good news. By Lamayan's blessed light, you did it. You saved Pharaoh Sirius.
We did it. We saved the lighthouse.
Oh, what's this? I see. Well, I'll be sure to ask her about it. Speak of the devil. Aye, what's name? Redcoat. How long do I have to rot in the tavern before you boys send them shite-eating kobold bastards packing, eh? Much more in this, and me and my Amarin arm will be soft as my lily-white arse. A terrifying prospect, and no mistake. Luckily, it ain't one we need to worry about, though, because we've taken Pharaoh Sirius back, and after the walloping our mate here gave them, the kobolds will know better to keep their grubby paws to themselves in the future. Meaning you can get back to restoring the place in peace. Miss Diamanda, while the lads were searching the lighthouse, they found something that might interest you. Does this here seafarer's whittle look familiar?
All too familiar, though it doesn't look so worn down when I saw it last. I made this for Simond before he set sail 3 years ago. This was my first piece as a full-fledged smith.
Simond, as in Captain Simond from the Maelstrom Command?
The same. I never meant for it to be a farewell present. But knowing he used it often and kept it with him at the last, well, it means a lot.
That means he probably got bewitched by Siren.
Master Mimidoa, I think it's a sign. Why else would my first piece be returned to me now but to show how far I've come? Just seeing it makes me want to restore the lighthouse to its former glory even more. To make it into a place to honor the lost, rather than a place to grieve them.
Aye, that's the way. There's things we, all of us, would sooner forget, but remembering them is what makes us stronger. Wouldn't you agree, Initiate? Speaking of remembering, you remind me of something about the eyes. Ah, you're the spitting image of the person who once helped me drive back an army of the undead, and right tough bugger they were. Like you, only taller. You sure? Never did find out what happened to them, but looking at you, I'm guessing they settled down and squeezed out a few youngins. No. It brings a tear to my eye seeing you carrying on the family tradition. Much obliged to you, much obliged. I think he's a little confused.
I can't thank you enough for saving the lighthouse. If it hadn't been for you, all of our hard work would have been for naught. But for one to mean to make the most of this reprieve, I swear to you on my brother's memory, when we finish with Pharaoh Sirius, it will serve it more than just a guiding light to safe waters. It'll lead the souls of those lost at sea back to familiar shores.
I don't know if you really want that in the literal sense. Because it might happen in a literal sense. Some folks see Pharaoh Sirius as a cursed reminder of the calamity, while others see it as a monument to Limsa's golden age. But I'll bet it means more to them pair than everyone else in Lenosha put together. And someday they'll show the world how it looks to them, like a beacon of hope. I realize I still ain't thanked you properly and given you... And oh my gosh, these abbreviated... still haven't thanked you properly for giving us and with all this. Hardly need saying, I suppose, but the Maelstrom couldn't have done it without you. You can leave the rest to us, though. We'll see the Smiths don't get disturbed again. Until next time, Captain Nightmare. Anyway, dungeon complete.
Pharaoh Sirius is undergoing additional repairs to fix the damage caused by the Cobalt's bombs, but it's nothing Naldik and Vermelis can't handle. On my word as a smith, I'll do all that I can to make the lighthouse into a place of honor.
Okay. You can take that one off. And then Q for... where was I before? I was up in the Alabathia Spire. Doing face. just want to get one stone to drop. Just one. That's all I'm asking. That one has 8 minutes on it, but I don't know if I can finish it in 8. This one is 14. Yeah, because I don't think there's any better gear at the moment. I'm already wearing Tombstone gear. Where is it? You brought friends. And I kill it in 13 minutes. Do you mean, do I use the soundtrack to study by? Yeah, I occasionally listen to Final Fantasy music while I work. Especially if all I'm doing is paperwork. Okay, this one's going down a bit easier than the last one was. Probably be a grind I start doing in my own time. At least with Warrior, I can do a lot of this by myself. Whereas with White Mage, I really feel like you're supposed to do it more as a group. To be able to endure some of these. Here we go, we get the Luminous Wind Crystal. Yeah, I listen to a lot of game soundtracks in the background just for peace of mind. And what do you know? Perfect timing. As soon as final DPS joins. They got cows. They got chickens. I don't know if we have any pork equivalent here. Yeah, Sound of Rain is also nice. You can sometimes find game soundtracks with rain in the background, too. Alright, just let people know that first time here, so I might mess it up. AetherNightmare. He's made my muscles warmed up. never knew what hit him. Not that I'm surprised. A handful of raptors are giving you trouble. The gods only know what they've done to the rest of us. Yeah, I've killed primals. So hopefully this shouldn't be too much for me. Nope. First I'm like, is this one I can interject? No, it is not. Speaking of, there it is. It's down there. Forgot the pace, soldier. These ain't even the small fry. Yes, I know. I bring the small fry with me everywhere I go. He's my little buddy. These are all just training stuff. Coral. If I bring it out here, everybody can get their positionals. Now that you're limbered up, we'll loose on to some more civilized targets. Have I watched or read anything interesting? Not as much lately. I've kind of just been going through Shippuden, Naruto Shippuden at the moment. Because I've been kind of tired and stuff after work. Expecting wet-nosed maelstrom pups, were ya? Then you're in for a treat. The sirens are here to give you a proper something. We'll do our best to gut you, darling. I see, they turned it into a training course similar to what Thainland did. Did nobody ever teach you that hells have no fury? That'd be fit for the chin bucket when we were done with ya. What in the laser guns? Oh, and they all have... They're all guns, so they won't move anywhere. Blast them front and center. Guns, I guess it don't matter which one I pick. Die really fast anyway. Okay, there's that tether mechanic again. Beam fire. Where am I at in Shippuden? Somewhere between like 70 and 80 episodes. I could give an event of exactly where I'm at, but it's a major spoiler, seeing as it's a character death. Sasquatch. being mean to the gorillas for? What'd they ever do to us? Guess there was the one on the bridge, but he was just living life. It's his jungle. Oop, there's more. I was gonna say, are they just gonna watch? Am I in the monkey arena? I don't exactly know what arc it's officially called. I think it's technically season 4. Little tiny hole. Whee! There we go. Not pulling without a white mage. Oh, these are big. I thought banana slugs were big, but these are even bigger. Oh, wait, it is the same people from the recipes that I'm making stuff for. You're the Final Fantasy VI slug. Blanket Thunder, he's charging. Alright, if he goes into his shell, I probably shouldn't hit him. Oh no, I actually blasted the shell clean off. Oh, shoot. Do I need to get behind you? And... oh, I thought I was gonna die. This is why we warrior. As soon as I know it's slippery, I know. I'm trying to be coordinated. I'm just failing really, really, really badly. There's a part of me too that keeps thinking it's going to go into its shell and become invulnerable because that was the Final Fantasy VI mechanic. It's been very informative. Until next time. Earring, gloves, boots, shield, ring. Weren't expecting that. Still made for an interesting viewing. Imagine if this game was made into an anime. I mean, they always could. Square Enix used to make animes. Or at least fund their creation. They helped create Full Metal Alchemist. No doubt you've heard tales of our skill at arms, adventurer. Now you shall witness it firsthand. Actually get to see someone use a ninja technique. One doesn't normally work in dungeons. I think it's probably outdated. You want to do from Bleach, you mean Ishigo? Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I'm on the same page with Shippuden as people guessing who I mean. Like I said, I really want to avoid putting a huge spoiler like that. For exactly where I am. Let's say Naruto's trying to figure out how to do different aspected chakras. Let's see if you can fuse your Rasengan with wind. As like a better hint, maybe, for where I am. Sorry, it's such a habit. X versus X. You seem to be treading water, Marshal. If I did not know better, I think you'd care more about our company's good name. Spare me, Admiral. I hold my duty to the Maelstrom above all else. Since here's presents are privy to the truth, we might not loosen the collar. As you like, 'twould make for a better spectacle. Day change outfit? Bet and hope you fool fortune. But you face Mistbeard. I've downed 100 men of their own decks. Taking for the Theric, are you? Let's have a little treasure hunt for it. I have no idea what's happening. Okay. These guys probably have to search and all. Stand in the middle. Same thing like the other bombs. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Pushing, 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 pushing. Oh! Thank you for the follow! One second. The Crowned Clown. Sorry, it was on another page. How long until he... There we go. Alright. Not bad. There we go. Man down. Oh, that's right. He wore his old relative's Mistbeard mask. I remember what that is now. I couldn't tell what it was from a distance. Duty complete. And a whole bunch of treasure as people leave in the background. Legendary badass axe battle. Ah, seems like ages since I felt this alive. You doing good? We fought. Mayhap you'll have the pleasure of facing me one day. Hullbreaker Hard has ended. Now we can go back and report that the training duty was a success. Right, we're Probably up by the Maelstrom. No, sort of. Yes, but no. The other side of the tavern. So we shall head there, get that. We have our grinding set up for the anima weapon. Right, he's underneath. I'm like, where is he? I keep forgetting there's stairs. I did it. Mission complete. Well, how was it? Did you give them elites hiding in their lab? I can't read this pirate. Did you give them elites the hiding of their lives or what? Come on, out with it. Patience, lad. All of limbs will know the tale ere long. 'Twas a sight to behold, that much I will say. Bren and their comrades carved their way through beasts and men like a cutter through a swell. Not even a visit from the sirens and the krakens could slow their pace. Eh? Pirates turned up at the drill? What in the seven hells did they want? Why, to do their civic duty, of course. They invited themselves, as members of the Black Sails Unit. You'd be forgiven for forgetting, but the pirate powers are still bound to the Maelstrom by the Galadian Accord. Of course, they never deigned to take part in our exercises, and we've long since stopped asking. As for why they chose to grace us on this one, I reckon word got out that the Warrior of Light would be facing our finest, and they fancied to go themselves. I saw no reason to deny them. I admit it, you wanted to see them old cutthroats still hold their own in a fight. Begging your pardon, Chief, but are you alright? You look a bit sore. Don't tell me you. I deemed it good for morale, but I did not come here to speak of that. Ren, the Maelstrom is grateful for your participation. May you sail with us till sea swallows all. Good day to you both. I kind of expected him to walk away with a little more of a limp. Ugh, I'd have stowed away in the ferry if I'd known the Chief would be fighting. Seeing you in action must have woken the spirit of the Golden Age in him. Though I doubt he's as spry now as he was back then. I hope you didn't give him too bad of a beating. Legends like Mistbeard never get old, but the Chief, well, he's just a man. So was Mistbeard, probably. But let's keep this little chat between ourselves, eh? Good to see you again. Thanks for helping out the Chief. There we go. Another quest complete. So we have that done. We should have the new White Mage weapon, don't we? Did I grab that, or have I... No, it's after finishing it. Right. Attention span. Who is she? Do I know her? Okay, so I'll be grinding for that. In the background, I've got recipes lined up to work towards. Is there anything else in my book? Oh, no, not tonight. No, no, no. Ultimate Ballad. I could attempt, but I don't know how well I do in solo with that. So, yeah, since I've been going for 2 hours, it might be in my best interest to wrap it up and get started on my grinding. Alright, retire to an inn room. Because we made significant progress. So with that, this is probably where I'm going to call it. And like I said, I will be grinding for the crystals necessary for getting my staff. I'll probably need to clear out a whole ton of inventory space, but it is what it is. And if that proves to be too difficult, then what I'm going to do is finish off the first part of the White Mage one and get its initial appearance. And if too much of the quest itself, if I look into it and it seems like it's going to be too difficult to do solo for the White Mage staff, then I'll just switch to the axe. Because, I mean, I do have a legendary sword as well as a legendary axe already. I have the Ragnarok Zeta and I also have the Cortana Animus, so it's not the first time I've flip-flopped on legendary weapons. So I might do that. Even though I really, really like the staff, I might do the staff as part of my own time. So for now, this is where I'm going to call it. Future streams are still going to continue to be a whole lot of side questing, but that also includes fun stuff like Manderville, so next time I might actually focus on more story stuff. Story side questing as opposed to legendary weapons and crafting, but I really, really, really wanted to get them started. So for now, thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV, and I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye!